Good morning, frequency friends. This is Dr. Becky, and today I'm just going to go over a couple of the new things that have been added since Day of Discovery. We just returned from Day of Discovery, so those who have been following me on Facebook know that we had quite a few launches. One of them is major, which is the hub. But today we're going to talk about a couple of the nice, easy, simple additions that do not require any additional fees or training. So you don't have to have phase one, two, or three done. This is everything that comes with your $149 a month subscription. And remember, Lauren said this will never be done. So just a overview and a recap for those that are new. The AO scan is not a medical tool. It does not diagnose, cure, or treat. It is simply a educational tool that is available for everybody. You do not need to be a practitioner, and anyone can use this in the comfort of their home on any phone, computer, or tablet. So as long as you have internet or Wi-Fi, you can use the AO Scan Wellness software. I currently run everything on Mac and Apple and do not have any issues. That is a different story, though, when it comes to the hub. That needs to be run on a Windows 11 platform. So I ended up buying another tablet, which when I do the hub video, I will place that link for what I purchased in the video comments. So today, quick overview, we have quick scan. Nothing new there. You can still scan for your supplements. You can do morning supplements, midday, evening, or you can do custom, which is what I typically will do. You can see I have my evening supplements here. I've got morning, I've got therapies. So all the ones that I'm clicking on are all the things that will be scanned. One of the things that we do in crowd caring, which is another project that I am part of for the Lyme autoimmune community, basically anyone who has any type of chronic illness, I've created categories for all of the different supplement routines that we have. So that is something else that you can do to kind of manage when you need to be taking your supplements, what and where and how much. Okay. So I'm just going to do my morning here and see what therapies I need. This is quick, 10-second voice, which is optional. My husband and I run all these scans without the voice because, again, it's just intention and quantum entanglement. So you can see here the top 6 supplements and the top 6 therapies that I need. So it looks like anti-inflammatory, some B complex for methylation, some amino acids, glucose for the thyroid, cytozyme for the thyroid, and then Prime Solex and B are actually both B vitamins. So I would need to figure out which one I specifically need and why both of them are coming up. Most likely because I have been super stressed, traveling, tired, haven't slept well since my dad passed away, although last night was the first night that I've had a deep rested sleep since January. So I'm sure my physical body is starting to catch up with the emotional, as you can see here, emotion matrix and conflict matrix since my dad passed and went to be with the Lord. So that is quick scan. When I'm out and about, I like to clear and shield. If I know there's a lot of EMFs, I will just play the EMF and shield myself. And then these are 3-minute boosts, which are really great. Midday, morning, whatever you need it for a 3-minute boost. It's quick, fast. Easy scan is exactly what it is. Easy. It does your inner voice, vitals, comp, all in one scan. I think my husband did mine today already. This takes about, I think, 7 minutes. This is what we do every day, at least twice a day, morning and evening. So again, here is my inner voice. I know exactly what color glasses I need to wear. I always focus on the 4th note because that's the one that's the most suppressed. So I would wear that color glasses for the day for the chromotherapy. And then I can listen to my tones. I can choose all the different types of music that I want, including the waveform, the pattern. I always like to look up here because for some reason I seem to always have the same numbers, however, not today. So again, here, G sharp, blue, blue. Okay, so that's the low and that's the high, which correlate with up there. Quick scan audio goes back to that quick scan boost that we just saw in the quick scan. And then here were the supplements that I needed this morning when he scanned me, whatever, at 8:08 a.m. Okay, so again, I can take these or I can just imprint right from the screen. A lot of times I'll just put my jewelry on there or a glass of water, imprint, and then drink. Always make sure you erase first. And then this view is only going to give you a snapshot of all the things that are out of range. That's why you only see the red or ones and nines. You're not going to see the whole view, but you can go into your vitals report and see the whole entire view if you want. And then we have our chakras and meridians, our energy centers, which are super important. Usually the dysfunction is happening in those centers before it even hits the physical. And then again, here you can see all the different things that are coming up. And then same thing with comprehensive. You can look at it in two different views, okay? Vitals, so we already did that in Easy Scan. You did inner voice and vitals. If I wanted to, I could go back to the vitals and see the full report. So now you're going to see everything. So even the greens, okay? The other thing that's really cool about vitals that I think sometimes people forget about is number one, you can hit the optimized frequencies every 15 minutes or so. So let's say there was a lot of stuff coming up on your report and you want to clean it up because a lot of it's probably just energy. Hit optimized frequencies. Sometimes I do that maybe 2 or 3 times until my report looks pretty clean, which again goes to tell me there's not actually anything wrong with me. There's nothing ever wrong. This is just education. So a lot of it is energetic. What are my emotions? What conflicts am I dealing with? The other thing that's really cool is if you don't want to scan everything, you can do a priority scan. So priority scan is just going to scan. So see, it only selected blood, chakras, gut, physical functionality. So then you would just scan and then optimize. Okay, so this is if you want to prioritize instead of scanning everything. Body systems, this is the really cool thing that I want to talk about. I'm going to deselect all because I'm not going to run everything. But normally when I run body systems, it's after I've done inner voice, it's after I've done vitals, and I've started to notice the trends and the patterns of the body systems that have been coming up in those scans. I'm only going to select those body systems then in body systems. Okay, so I may only do digestive and endocrine and nervous based on what I've already seen in my inner voice and vital scan. But for today's purpose, we have something new. We have chemistry. Okay, so I'm just going to select chemistry and I'm going to scan. And rather than go to the doctor, get labs, drive, get poked, wait for your results, you have it here. If you don't know what something is, you can click on it. So all of this is explained in one of my, I think, second courses I did was interpreting your functional labs because I believe everyone should understand how to read their labs. Contrary to what everyone thinks, you can actually run your own lab reports. You don't need a doctor. But now we have this in the scanner. So this is your basic CBC and complete metabolic panel. So in my AO 300 course, it'll actually say why, like what happens when hematocrit is low, what happens when RDW is low. It will give you the ranges, but you don't really need to know the ranges for this. And then it will give you the solutions. So what do you need to do because this is low? Or what do you need to do because something is high? So CRP, I know that that's a marker for inflammation. That's high. What do I need to do? There's probably some increasing inflammation, obviously because I'm not sleeping. And we all know when you don't sleep, your body doesn't heal and repair itself, and the brain can't drain of the lymphatics. So that becomes problematic. So this is super important. This is crucial. I love this. Now, what I oftentimes will do, and I'm not going to do it because I just scanned my chemistry, but I will look at chemistry, I will look at hormones, scan those two, compare them, and then go back into my vitals report. And then I'm going to go down to, see, we've got CRP, fibrinogen. We have a lot of the markers that showed up in that CBC. We also have hormones, okay? So I'm going to compare the two and see, do I see the same thing coming up? Same thing here, ALP, ALT, AST. Uric acid, BUN. So a lot of these are actually in the CBC. So I'm going to go back and compare, okay? Comprehensive, there's nothing new there, so I'm not going to go into that. Multiscan, this is the other new thing. We have multiscan and multicast, which I've already done a video on, but this will be part of multiscan. So multicast is basically, you can put people in a group like we used to do groups, but now you can scan them all. That's what multiscan is. So you already have to have your group, which means you have to go into manage client groups. So you have to create your group first. So let's say you want to do a group for family like I have here, okay? Then you're going to add everyone who's in your family, okay? So this is my one group. So this is in your group, manage client groups, okay? You have to do that first. Then I can go into multiscan, and then I can pick my group. So this is really going to make our Cepheid groups be even more powerful. So now we can scan everybody in the group in addition to sending them frequencies through one of the emotional flowers. Plus, we do obviously a lot of other things. I like to put the people in the group around crystal pyramids and create like an energetic field, a quantum field. Oftentimes, if there's a request, I will put specific vials or maybe supplements so that they can get projected to the people who are in that group. So I'm going to select my group. We're going to do family. So you can see here, step 1, vital scan and optimize. Step 2, comprehensive scan. So I'm just going to come up here and it's going to start scanning. I'm just going to stop that for sake of time, but you get the idea. Obviously, these things can't be scanned because they're not in the actual scanner, okay? And it looks like my mom already scanned herself this morning, so that's why it's not running another one. When you're done, you can email. That's what the little email envelope to everybody. So running your groups, you can scan everybody that's in the group. This is going to be great for people who have never used the AO scan. And then in multicast, you can then select your group and you would scan for the flower because this is the emotional drive that's going to take that frequency to that person. And then we can connect a playlist. You can connect up to 5. Sometimes less is more. Just kind of keep that in mind. And again, if you're going to bypass the timer here, you would just hit the note. And a lot of times I will put in other annotations there, and then you can play. Obviously, we keep the sound on mute because you don't need to hear the sound. It's the frequency that is being taken. So we would do that to everyone who's in the group. So that's going to put everything on steroids for us. So look out, Cepheid groups. So we went over quick scan, easy scan, inner voice, vitals, body systems, the new chemistry, multiscan, which is going to save so much time when it took time to scan everybody in the morning. Homeoenergetics, there's nothing new there. Homeoenergetics and dental TMJ, you need phase 3. The other thing that's new is we have AO essential oils and AO minerals. So you can scan for which one that you need. And here it picked up orange, and then it gives you a little bit about it. I can select the wavelength, and then I can choose the time. And then when I emit the tone, it's going to broadcast, but you can actually, I know this is thinking outside the box, you can broadcast it to a person. You can also place your substance on the screen. So if you're using a tablet, just place it on the screen. When it emits the tone, it's going to be imprinting into that. Okay, so it's going to get broadcasted, it's going to get imprinted all at the same time. Very similar to when you're in Cepheid and you're bringing up a playlist and you want to imprint it. You just plop whatever you want on top of that tablet and then hit the imprint button. You're not going to see a fractal. Don't overthink it. Quantum physics, quantum entanglement, intention. Okay? When you start to understand that, you'll be able to think way outside the box of how you can utilize all of this wonderful tech that we have. And then we have minerals, microminerals, and electrolytes. So let's scan and see what comes up. And again, this is going to be the same. If you want to just imprint this into your water in the morning and drink it right away, you can. All right, well, this is taking a little longer than it should. I might need to come back and do another video just for that. Okay, the other thing that I want to show you quick, in vitals, I'm happy because I've been using the COVID vaccination no-sodes and graphene oxide and spike protein vials for probably the last 2 years. So we have all these new viruses, the COVID, the EG5, and then all the AstraZeneca, J&J, Moderna, Pfizer. So we have all of these in here now. So that's going to be huge. I'm probably still going to use my vials though on top of it because I think the vials are a little bit more potent, especially from where I know they came from. But again, more options for you. So that's all the new stuff that we have on the scanner. And I will do another video about the hub.